Yeah, we're definitely live. We're definitely in
We're
there.
live, are we?
Live, are we? Definitely, I
So
muted
sure
the bad
of ourselves,
parts.
aren't we, Chris?
Live, are we? I English good today.
This is how we do things here. We just fly by the seat of our damn pants.
That's
Normally
how
a very
it's supposed to
awful
be done.
intro.
I think at this point it's just tradition. At least it's my tradition because I refuse to get better.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
At least you're honest about it.
Oh, you know, like there's no sense in lying at this point. I've been doing it for 3-4 years and it hasn't gotten any better. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Why try when you're number one?
That is a very good point, Tony.
I mean, we are the leading Capcom podcast.
Oh, yes, very.
The
very
flagship Capcom podcast. Because I don't think there are any other ones.
Maybe? I don't know.
Who cares, right?
Who cares? They're not important.
That's right.
So as you might have noticed, as we mentioned on Twitter, we have special guests here, Bellreisa and Payne. They talk about some things that will be happening a bit later, but before we got a couple of things that we would like to discuss that aren't related to the main topic, such as Google purchasing Twitch. It's been finally official.
Sound the alarms.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds like bad times all around.
You know what I'm kind of worried about is, does that mean that they're going to get Twitch and then just like fire all the Twitch employees and like Mike Ross gets downsized? Like
Again?
yeah. Like,
Or
that
what?
just sounds like
Or what if he like was there long enough for them to like give him stock options in the trade, so all of a sudden he's a millionaire?
oh, he's like, oh, I guess I just own a chunk of this.
Exactly. What if Mike Ross is like the richest man in the FGC right now? What a dick.
One could only hope.
But we kind of covered this and all the possibilities and a couple, several shows back when it first got leaked. It's just going to be interesting going forward to see what happens with it.
I would say probably people have a lot of concerns like what's going to happen with because like a lot of people think Google's just going to impose their will on Twitch, which is probably the worst thing they could do, I think.
I don't think it's necessarily too bad. Hopefully, obviously, this will result from, hey, we have money, so hey, better servers. Hey, we can work better in a global sector so that people outside of the United States, like Australia, will have access to better servers and not have to go, cross seas and stuff like that. At the same time, the way how YouTube constantly gets progressively worse every time I look at it is really saddening. And if they kind of do that with Twitch, it's like, let's just make it incredibly bloated and really awkward to use as time goes on. Which, I mean,
It's entirely possible.
is. So, I mean, it could just be a downward spiral from this point out. But hopefully, we'll be able to see some sort of light from this.
I think the only thing Google's going to do with Twitch is they're going to take the Kappa emoticon and they're just going to put in Google colors, and that's it.
Oh,
That's what you paid $1 billion for.
Dang.
It's product placement, man. Got to get it where you fit in.
The IP rights alone were worth $1 billion.
It also makes me wonder now that you guys mentioned that. So, obviously, there's subscriber emotes and stuff like that. And there's definitely tons of subscriber emotes that are 100% copyrighted material. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to get cracked down even more. So,
Can't wait for the jokes to roll in where people's Twitch streams get taken down for copyright protection.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Good.
big one, I think, man, is like...
Yeah. If you play Nintendo games, are you not allowed to have your own rights to the money?
Technically, you aren't
Nintendo-
now.
Yeah. So
I don't know. It's going to be interesting, like I said.
I love Big Brother.
Can't wait to log into Twitch, though, with my Google ID.
Oh boy.
What about default streaming to Google Hangouts?
We tried that. I remember that. That worked when we had another party basically run the Hangout, but every time we tried to run the Hangout and stream, that shit was a mess.
Yeah, it was terrible. So, I mean, I like the concept of it. It definitely lends itself well to the panel that wants to maybe look at a video together and broadcast it at the same time. But at the same time, if I require somebody somewhere else on another computer just to run that, just so we can talk about it, it's we might as well be working out of a studio.
Yeah.
Oh well, at least it's free, right? For now.
I just hope it isn't just the ultimate bloatware on the net. Like when I watch things on Twitch, like sometimes my computer just starts like kicking up the fan like ridiculous, like, oh my god, you're watching one video, it's really crazy. And then, there's a little program out there called Livestreamer that pretty much just intercepts the video stream and opens it in a like media player, like VLC or Media Player Classic. And when I do that, it's like, man, look at this, I have like 10 video streams open, my computer is running super smooth, no sense. And it's just like, man,
it's like every browser tries to run like 18 copies of Flash when you stream. I swear to God.
And does it really need to, or is it just like, I think you might want to do
no
this?
idea.
It's just, I'm pretty sure it just has to do with Flash having quite the monopoly on certain things. And of course, there's HTML5, but nobody knows how to code that properly. So.
I don't know if Twitch ever fixed this, but the last time I tried going through an archive, apparently they didn't throttle the bandwidth that's coming from their servers, so it actually maxed out my FiOS.
Wow.
I saw my ping from like 7 ms to like 2000, and it was downloading at 50 megs per second. I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Ew, wow. You want to know what's also awesome? Let me go make sure that this is still a thing. But on Twitch, my Twitch account is linked to some German guy's Facebook.
What?
So,
I remember you telling us about that.
So if I turn on alerts, I can actually just like spam this guy's Facebook page with just alerts of me going live on Twitch, which is pretty hilarious if you think about it.
Yeah, it sounds hilarious.
I've never disallowed it just because I want to see, like maybe I'll use this one time. It's just pretty hilarious.
Just destroy this guy's Facebook stream.
His name is like Adam Rottweiler too, or something like that. Like really,
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's a sick name.
Yeah. Oh, look, there it is, my Facebook account. One-click login Twitch with your Facebook account. Cool. So that technically, I guess if this guy tries to log in with his Facebook account, he has access to my account as well.
Wow.
We got a new co-host.
Like that, huh?
That's cool.
I don't know how that happened.
Have they officially announced when they're planning on cutting ribbon on this or what?
Well, it's still not officially official because this all comes from a VentureBeat article, which is confirming the earlier, it was Variety article, I believe, and there's still no announcement from either Google or Twitch or any of the big business publications about this happening.
So they're basically just confirming that there was a rumor at some point.
Well, no, they're saying that VentureBeat said that they confirmed it with sources close to it.
Okay.
Nobody's talking, obviously.
One step ahead.
I believe it.
So
I mean, I definitely believe that guy that said that TNA was going to go out of business today. Whoa!
Well, I mean, that still might happen. Don't hold your breath on them getting a deal from Spike.
Please, just put them out of their misery.
But so I guess we'll see if anything officially official comes through in the next days and weeks, or we're just going to play the waiting game some more. As Google basically tries to probably navigate government organizations to see if this is even going to be feasible, which is sort of what I'm betting.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to make it happen. They're Google.
Like, they definitely don't want to buy into it and then realize that they bought, like the lemon of all, lemon buyouts,
Oh, I mean more like they don't want to announce the deal and then have to go into antitrust court with the government.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, I also, it's going to be crazy the sheer amount of bandwidth, because I hear that even though Twitch is fairly new, it is the number 4 use of bandwidth on the entire internet. Like,
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah. So that's pretty intense. Just thinking about that in general, it's like this site's been up for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
they're already getting to these kind of levels.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see going forward, because I mean that's all we really got in terms of actual information.
Other than speculation.
Yep. So in other news, we got the announcement of what may be the ugliest set of fucking DLC costumes I've ever seen.
Yeah, that shit looks ugly.
Yeah, those are
straight up, no sugarcoating, none of that.
Dreadful. Okay, to be fair though, I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. I do like Dan and Dudley looking like they're about to go play some tennis at the club, like the country club. Like, they got the sweaters and everything. Oh, it's amazing.
See, what I want to see is I want to see next year at Evo, like Koji just comes back with Hawk and just starts going ham on the DLC costumes. That's
He probably will.
He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, what's up? Look at this obnoxious fucking outfit I'm playing on screen."
The guy one almost looks good if it's just not for the fact that like they gave him like some socks on the outside of his pants, and I'm just like, why would you ever do that?
Why is Geef scuba diving? What in the hell is going on here?
Is he scuba diving? I thought he was cosplaying as like, you know, the flamethrower guy from Team Fortress.
That's exactly what I thought he was. I'm like, yo,
I mean, that could be it too. I don't know. I literally have no idea what the hell is going on in these costumes.
He's gonna go swimming in Chernobyl or something, obviously. Like,
oh, see, that makes all the sense now. Okay.
Freaking,
thanks for clearing that up, Anthony.
Yeah, I think Adon is...
Yeah, but the colors, the looks of it, like Rose looks like just her regular costume without like the dress costume without the dress portion on the bottom. Makoto looks like she has like a summer job that's painting houses or something. With overalls and a mask. I don't know.
I'm digging Akuma's outfit. It's like, you know, even Demon from Hell's got to go to the beach sometimes.
Yeah, apparently.
But he's still rocking those Buddha beads.
And he's got like what are the ropes for? Like, I don't know.
He's a lifeguard. Akuma
okay. Damn, Akuma's got it. He's thinking ahead of the game. I like him.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Viper. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, Viper's outfit is pretty. Yeah.
Chun-Li's is gone.
Yeah, Chun-Li's looks bad. So.
I just
don't. I don't even. Okay, the Chun-Li one just. I don't even know what the hell is supposed to be going on. Not even. Okay, the colors make no sense. Then what is that outfit?
Is she wearing like just briefs, like men's?
I could not tell you.
Oh, I don't even think I've seen Chun-Li's.
You don't want to see it.
It looks like she has like a fucking like Mario toadstool on her bun.
Yeah. And then she has like knee pads or something too. And like,
holy crap!
And then Cody is apparently working for the highway, the transport.
No, it's a community service,
man.
man.
He's got the vest on, but then he's got like one jean leg tight rolled.
He's doing community service.
Yeah,
I guess
it's part of his role.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
I feel the need to point out that Sagat's wearing a fedora.
Yeah.
Oh, did anyone bring up the fact that Balrog is Hanzo Gonzo? Oh man, that's
Balrog's Hanzo Gonzo.
Yep, it's pretty bad. I don't understand why Capcom decided to design a character based on Hanzo Gonzo.
You know, they got bored.
The only thing I think I do like in this, it doesn't really fit, but it's a cool throwback, is that Guile is doctoring Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the only good one that I saw.
I still like Dan. Dan going to the country.
TV and art shit right here.
Yeah. It's almost like they decided to find all the people's mod costumes online and just took like the ones that were like the least copywritten and at least safe for work, and they're like, all right, we're stealing these. Let's do this.
The composite mod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird because every time they've done costumes for SF4, there's always about 1 to 5 that makes sense in at least some way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, okay, that's a nice throwback. Or it's like El Fuerte, they gave him Hulk Hogan colors. Like, okay, that makes sense. He's a wrestler. He's got the championship belt. Okay. And then you look at the rest of them and you're like, what drugs were they on for the rest of these costumes?
I think that since, you know, Capcom was complaining about money, they obviously just had to fire like the quality checking, like in general. And that's just not a part of the team anymore. I don't know. It's like, how could you let this go through?
No, the main one I want to know how you go through is the DJ costume.
That shit is terrible.
That is a horrible costume.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Whoever let that one go through really needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like,
this is like some freaking like throwback early 90s like Black Bart Simpson t-shirt shit.
yeah, there's nothing good about this.
That's rough.
Yeah,
I heard it's $30 for all of them.
There's definitely nothing good about this. Who would pay $30 for this?
I don't know. I think they come with the physical release of Ultra, so.
Well, what I want to know is like, was this something that they developed in-house in America?
I doubt it.
Mabel. Give me Batista combos. I know you play her.
Batista? I don't play that.
Yeah.
I don't play her at all. What are you talking about?
You don't?
No, I actually don't. Yeah, like we have a couple of Batistas here. Like I played a Breaker Day, but he was on his first hour, so he didn't really know how to do anything.
Okay.
And I played a T3U. You know T3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I played. Who was that? There's one. Some other guy. I don't remember. But yeah, like I looked at all the comments and I looked at how they were struggling, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to put this much work in yet.
Can't dedicate.
Yeah, like I've been talking about Lene for the past 2 years. I wanted to play that character since Under Night Inbirth, the first version, where she was, complete horseshit. It's like I would have played that shit. I would have just done infinites on people. I would have lost, but I would have just done it. I would have been happy. But it's like now she's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna dedicate myself, and I want to learn the game first and learn the neutral, learn like the meter management and all that stuff first. Then I say, okay, maybe I'll pick up, Chaos, Batista, another character or two.
Yeah,
Batista. Fuck Batista. But anyway, it sounds like we're going into the UNiEL conversation finally.
Might as well. We don't have anything else in other terms of news, do we?
Well, you're not going to ask me about my day?
Oh, I didn't even know you were here.
I've been here.
I did want to say one thing, is that the second trailer for Strong Style 5 came out. Go check that shit out. Strong Style 5 is September 27th, 28th in San Mateo.
It's amazing. Every match is going to get recorded and potentially broken down as well. There's going to be so much insight that if you ever want to just learn about Tekken, you will have all the information to know from all these different matchups.
Cool. Okay, now we can go into Under Night. So you guys have gotten to play this game more than I have, because I only had one night of ranked before I went to San Diego for Comic-Con. So I'm a
rank is the exact same, is the proper term for playing rank matches in UNiEL. Rank as fuck.
I will say this though, it felt like everything to about 2 bars and even sometimes 1 bar was playable, but 0, man, no, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
I mean, like, some of the 0 bar matches I've played, like, they were shit, but they were, like, they were also really cool because, like, they were, with Japanese players, and those guys will play anybody, pretty much, so you get a lot of cool, ideas from watching them play. Actually, I played one just, like, beastly Carmine player who I could have sworn was notes or something, and I'm all like, I never thought to do some of these combos, and they put me in a really bad position to recover, so, you learn some stuff that way. It was, like, at 30 frames per second, but whatever.
Yeah, definitely you can do like a BMB, but then you really glean information with the character like Carmine, and it's like, oh wait, not only do I have like this amazing hard knockdown setup, I have like 3 pools of blood, and I can just do high-low throw blade mix-ups and stuff, and you're just sitting there like, oh, this ender was way better for my combo.
Totally.
So yeah, like I've been doing that. I haven't been playing nearly as much as I should have been, but I have been playing it pretty much every day, practicing things up. I'm playing Waldstein, very, very easy, very, like, honestly, like, I don't want to say it because, people take me the wrong way, but, like, I say that character's brain dead, in, like, the sense that if you understand the basics of how that character works, like, the 5 separate things about how his combos work, you could pretty much, like, freestyle on what you want to do depending on how much meter and what starter you got, and it's just great. Like, all your dreams come true once you hit someone with a 5B. You're just like,
pretty much.
Oh my god, my world has opened up. Like,
you're like, what do I do now? In fact,
yeah. Do I want to really style on him and spend like tons of meter, chain shift, all that, or do I really want to just be like, okay, I'm gonna do the solid BMB, get the Oki corner pressure, and then I have all this meter, maybe try and blow through one of their reversals or something. It's just, oh man, it's so great. But I've been doing a lot more basic stuff, but from looking at other people's videos, I've been watching things about matchups, and I am not the best player. My execution is still pretty awful, but what I can pride myself on is actually trying to, put in the work and observe and at least get decent at blocking and try and find out where the options are. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts so far?
I've been playing too much.
Believe it or not, I've just been a trainer mode master, and then don't really have that many net play matches.
Oh yeah,
I pretty much got all mine from that online tournament yesterday.
That was fun. Watching that was cool,
Yeah.
and then the people, the carryover for afterwards is pretty cool with the casuals.
Yeah,
I heard, it was like 103 people for an online-only tournament?
Yeah, it's like over 100. It's like 105-ish. It's pretty crazy.
I had fun with the tournament, except the last 3 matches I had was beyond laggy.
Yeah, I heard about that because we were talking to Hanzo as he was playing, and he's like, "Yeah, I lost to this guy, and the lag was unbearable. Like, you can't fight Merkava online in lag."
Yeah, nope. You just can't.
That's not happening. Nope.
Just like, oh, is he gonna do 5C kidnap? And like, I try and run forward and block, but the delay just.
It's like, well, man, he's on eating my face. Never mind.
Yeah. Just can't.
Yeah, you know there's something wrong when Merkava can crawl through Hills 2B.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, F that shit, dude.
I was like, all right.
My character has really easy combos, so I spent maybe 2-3 hours training mode. I got the assault confirmed, the 2A, the 2B, 5B confirmed. I said, okay, I'm just gonna go play some matches now, whatever. Mm-hmm. So let's see. I net played a little bit, and then I was like, yeah, I can still feel the lag. I'm just gonna play offline. And SoCal, we have like these couple of pockets of player pools. So you've got like the BB and the P4, basically the Arxis players, right? Like,
gotcha.
Mikey and Breaker Day, Shay, those guys. So they're going in on it separately with their crew. Then we've got the Poverty and the Melty crew, which is like me, KFL, Numaki, Viscar, and those guys. Mm-hmm. And so we're going on it on our little region. Then you've got like a couple of net players here and there. So just kind of hit up everybody. And I got like probably 300 games in this weekend.
That's jeez.
Yeah, I've been seeing people's like playing numbers jump up dramatically. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I've only played 70 online, but like offline, I think I put in like probably 10-12 hours of total gameplay offline.
Damn. So fun fact, besides the matches that I played with Bell on Friday and then the practice over the weekend and then grinding out some ranked and then just doing some player matches for a couple hours a day, I'm actually in training mode right now. Because
I was in training mode.
Just because Walkman actually gave me an idea about landing some walled bullshit. Because honestly, just clapping into anything is really satisfying. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh man, I hit you with the clap, and now you're just kind of floating there for a second. It's just, I get like some time to wait and think.
Here's my question, because I haven't obviously had enough time with the game yet. Is clap like Hugo's clap in that shit's plus on block, or?
From what I've gathered, one of them is, but not the one that you can combo off of.
Okay, so the slow one is negative. It's the A one that's
the slow
good.
one is, so B into B clap is a juggle starter.
Yeah.
But that one seems to not leave you at an advantage. A clap seems to not juggle whatsoever, but it seems to leave you at advantage afterwards. I really need to sit down and test it just by having somebody mash afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
It's probably best to do it with another waltz theme because there's probably ranges where even if you clap, you just effectively outrange.
Unpunishable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But B into B clap is also not a real block string. I was actually playing with Ludwig Von NS online yesterday, and we kind of just figured out he could DP through like B into clap into B clap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
A clap, I think, is a bit tighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you can only combo off of A clap if obviously you get maybe like a high counter, but you can definitely do it in the corner off of a 5B or a crouch B starter. You can do that into a clap, and then you can link an A after, and then keep the combo going. And then from the A, you actually get a B clap, and then you can just like do crazy combo damage in the corner.
I mean,
so keep going.
Yeah.
Was it?
Actually, I'm just practicing the infinite because I'm a huge piece of shit.
That sounds like you.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I've definitely had a great time just like discovering shit like in mid match. Like last night, I discovered apparently where I thought my combo would normally end, if it's in the corner, it just starts over again for some reason. Because there's definitely like a proration system going on here, where your character has an easier time teching stuff after a certain amount of hits. But I mean, at least with Carmine, there was like this one instant where I did like my mid-screen B&B, and it happened to push him into the corner. So I was like, "F it, just keep the pressure up." Hit him with the 2C, and it popped up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Just did 2-3-6B and went right into the corner combo. It got like freaking 3.8K. I was like, "That's like the best, man!"
Yeah. it definitely feels like when you have Oki and meaties, it's really difficult for the opponent to try and reversal out or do anything. Offense is definitely great. Of course, they have options like shielding, guard shielding, and all that to try and get themselves out, chain shifts. But definitely something that people that might play other games that first pick this up and they don't really realize is that don't push buttons. Like blocking is your friend.
Blocking is cool. I can't tell me how many people
blocking is cool. We need that on the shirt. Yeah, like people are like, I want to do a combo. I want to reversal invincible. I want to 360. It's like, nah, dude.
No, I understand that. Everybody wants to blow somebody up for what they thought was a sick block string, and then because everybody hates feeling like they figured something out and then they got blown up by a reversal, and you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
So. See, the thing I actually really like about coming from the perspective of Melty players, is that we had a lot of people that was always interested in Melty, right? Mm-hmm. And they say Melty's got a cool aesthetic. I love the pressure. I love the way that the game flows, but those block strings are too fucking long, man. And they had a really good point because, when you were blocking a Melty, there wasn't as much you can do on defense. So they completely changed that in where it's like, okay, well, it's like, I'll let you have your turn, but I can shield. And I'm going to push you out, and I'm going to get the GRD advantage. And now it's like we're back on an even playing field. You might have the pressure advantage, but I've got the meter.
Right, and what's also good about that is sometimes people are just mashing out their block strings, and if they get pushed out of range and whiff a move, they can't cancel it into another one, and then you're just whatever your longest poke is, counter hit them or something.
Yeah, right, it definitely discourages autopiloting block strings, which, to be fair, a lot of times you could do in Melty. But yeah, there's
none of that. You can do that in most air dash games, though. Autopilot block strings has always been a thing.
Yeah, and the worst is when your block string is your combo and it's your confirm and it's everything. It's like, okay, well, you're obviously putting a lot of effort into this. You're really good at this.
But it's also really frustrating when it's the same thing, but it also beats certain defensive options. You're like, well, this is my confirm, but also it's like, oh, if you block this and then try to alpha counter out, it baits it and then you die. It's like, okay.
Cool. Okay, cool. Great game.
I feel like you put a lot of time in training mode and then you don't think when we play. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've definitely had those days. But it's like week one, so I wouldn't expect people to just be figuring it out just right away. I know people have definitely started to realize that there's a difference between shielding and push blocking.
Yeah, there's a difference.
There's definitely people starting to use chain shift for really gimmicky reasons, and I'm one of them where I'm just like, if somebody screws up their jumping, I'm gonna chain shift and grab them.
Yeah, it's really good too.
It's the best thing, and when you get a character like Carmine who can get such a great advantage off of his throw, it's like, oh, you're dead, buddy, or you're at least taking this. You're taking this mix up.
Yeah, you're taking it. Yeah.
So
I only use chain shift at this point for either doing big damage, or just extending my combos, or the only legitimate use I use it is body splash chain shift. No, dude. Otherwise, I only chain shift and be like, I want this combo to have 10 backdrops. Let's do this.
The double German.
Yeah.
See, I like to do this really shitty thing, which I don't think a lot of anime players will some of the mid-level anime players probably don't know about it, but you know that most characters have one jump and they got to commit to it, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they jump in on you and they think they've got the correct spacing. You chain shift and you just kind of walk forward and go under them.
Yeah, I've been hit by that, and I'm just like, oh. At first, I thought I was just am I an idiot or something? Should I just not jump? And I'm like, no, this guy's just reading it perfectly, so I just have to adjust myself. Because there's still things you can do. You can just assault and just reset from neutral.
It's in that moment, during that pause from the game, you can kind of hear their stomach dropping. It's
oh shit.
Toby.
Yeah.
I mean, Pain as a Hilda player, I don't even know what you use chain shift for at this level.
It's pretty situational for me. The majority of the time, I'll use it for instant high-low mix-up. I'll do her 236B and to chain shift, and then do charge 5C. And then do the little swords or whatever, and then go in for instant overhead or low. Have to guess. It's pretty useful. Or go for teleport shenanigan mix-ups.
Yeah, she can also do the full screen beam, chain shift, and make it safe in case somebody predicted it and tries to move in on you.
Yeah, that's
cool.
So, playing Hilda, like, how terrible is it when someone gets in on you, like, and they knock you down?
It's pretty bad. But luckily, in this game, you can block. So,
yeah. You see, like, we gotta reiterate the fact, blocking is, like, the best mechanic in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you block? Yes.
Yeah, so, like, it's not that bad to me. Just because the fact I can actually block in this game.
Yeah, because I heard that she has, like, what, 2 close normals? And, like, everything else is kind of disjointed from her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just hearing that, just like, oh, man, like, the second someone's in, it's like, what am I going to do? This or this? And it's not going to help that
Just
much.
keep pushing them out, man.
We're actually looking through the data files right now, and I think her fastest one is 8 frames.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's her 2A.
Wow. Whoa.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, she's definitely not a character who needs, like, up close and personal shit anyway.
No,
it's bad enough from a range, man.
Yeah.
She'd be nuts if she has that.
Seriously, like there was a couple of things where I was just all like, man, can I just not block this shit in the air? I was like, what the hell do I do? Just gotta run stop over and over again.
Yeah, that's why I think her offensive game is really up there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite matchups to watch is the Akatsuki versus Hilda matchup. It's like
shit.
ultimate infighting.
Did you see that last time?
Yeah, oh no, it's just every time I see it though, it's just so amazing. It's like keep him out for 30 seconds. And I got in once, and then it just goes.
Got
nuts.
in. I'm in there. Nah, fine.
Never mind, and now I'm back full screen again.
I saw like some crazy shit like today with Hilda where like I forget who it was, but I think it was against Aline or something, and she just jumped back and did chain shift, I guess, to grab some meter. And then she was getting ready to do air fireball, but like Hilda was like mid teleport right behind her, hit him with the Hilda dive, and the guy's just like, what?
Oh yeah, yeah, that works sometimes too.
I was like, that shit's so good, but I would never want to play against that.
That straight up DBZ, like I was already teleporting like 2 steps ahead of you.
Exactly right. Forgot to kill my inputs, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
No, she's a fun character. So like it's week 2, so I'm thinking of like switching to like not necessarily switching, but starting to develop a sub. Probably gonna go with Nanase or something. But like, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think you might do as a sub character?
What's a sub character, man? I'm just playing Waldstein.
Well, I'm working on Batista, obviously, and then Walt probably later on.
Oh yeah, Waldstein Army.
It kind of depends on what the guys over here are going to play, because I have like this thing where I don't want to play a character that everybody else is already playing because I want to try and maximize the matchup knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think right now we have any Hildas, and you're going to have to know the Hilda matchup. Like, I can guarantee anybody that is decent at the game but doesn't know the Hilda matchup is going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
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 And actually, it's kind of like that for a lot of characters. Like, especially with Gordo, like this game, you have to know the Gordo, the Merkaba, and the Carmine matchup, and Hilda at the very least.
Yeah, I definitely, the first night, I was playing on ranked just for the heck of it, and I ran into a Hilda, and I swear to God, I might as well have gotten perfected. Straight up. I just, like, ran into everything. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and I can't move, and wow. Okay. Cool.
You know what's worse than that? When you're losing to, like, Gordo, and you're all like, okay, I can move as much as I want to, but I'm not, for some reason, you know? Like, this guy's scaring me into down backing from full screen.
Yeah.
So I know, Bella, you said you can definitely still feel the lag on online play, but what does everybody think of online play so far?
The online's
it's
a lot better than Blaze Blues. I'll say that.
I'm just gonna be straight up. First of all, they slowed the game down for Melty, because in Melty the average moves were anywhere from like 3 to I'd say probably 10, 12, 14 frames.
Mm-hmm.
8 of C. And this game, the slowest is like usually has A is like 5 frames, and that she's like fast. The average is like 6, 7 frames, and Hilda's at 8. So the moves are like about 3, 4 frames slower than Melty to begin with. The gameplay is a little bit slower. It's really just standard ArcSys netcode, and everybody thinks it's good because the game's just a couple frames slower to make up for it.
So you basically, it's basically like Street Fighter 4 and Guilty Gear, the new one.
Yeah, it's decent netcode, but I mean, input delay netcode is just not ever going to be as good as rollback. That's just how it is. It's just not enough.
I mean, it's good for, like, I guess getting into it. Like, if it was, like, with KOF or, like, you know, people had been playing it before, and then they got online, and they were just, like, you just knew that shit was bad just from, like, touching it, you know?
That was rough times.
Dude. Yeah. I think a lot of people came into UNiEL, and they were just, like, you know, I don't really know what this game is supposed to feel like anyway, so...
Right. You got a lot of these guys, you know, they got the game, they went in training mode for a couple hours, and they went online, and it's like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, and they don't go to offline sessions, they don't know what the game is supposed to feel like. So when these guys, they go to tournaments and they go to sessions, they get blown up because their timing's all fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it is with the anime scene. That's just, like, always been a thing. It's always been a thing. So I already know that's the thing, so I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to play offline first, get my foundation, then it's like I can go online, learn the matchups.
Yeah. I definitely, when I played offline this weekend, I was hitting everything like way more than I do online, but online still feels pretty decently to me.
Yeah.
It's definitely a place that you can learn. Offline is obviously going to be the best, but like I got hit by like certain like run unders and other kind of mix-ups that I'm pretty sure I blocked. I don't know if I executed improperly because I have been playing a ton on hitbox and because I'm trying to learn that. And if you hold left and right, you just get neutral. So I'm just holding down neutral. So I'm thinking maybe that was the issue. But they're just like sometimes where I feel like I block something like if I'm running forward in between, you know, certain like long range normals and then down backing immediately and I just get clipped. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I got that. I don't know.
Yeah, especially with my character because Linnae is probably the fastest character in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really fucking fast. So against her, there's a lot of like, you know, just you got to move in, micro dash, and then hit back to block, right?
Yeah.
Because flinch, she's going to hit you with something.
Yeah.
And online, I guarantee some people will get hit by stuff that they would not get hit by offline just because the speed's too much for online.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff will change around. So yeah, it's not an accurate representation. But I mean, if you want to learn how to fight, like, you know, Grim Reaper, if you have no Gordeau experience, just go play some random Gordeaus online. You'll learn pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing is that right now we're still at a point where online is a useful tool, but it can't be the whole of your experience.
Yeah,
Right.
it can't.
I was playing versus Eltnum last night,
Uh-huh.
and I was just eating overheads left and right because I was flicking Waldstein in that matchup, and I wanted to punish every overhead with 360, so my reaction is, you know, hold back, then do motion, right?
Yeah.
But I'm doing the timing as such that I'm just eating, like, overhead each time, and I'm just like, well, shit. But other than that, like, learning how that neutral works and understanding that, like, oh, she dies at this range, but if she has meter and I'm at that business range that she doesn't want to be in, she now has access to a move. It's like that low tripwire that she has.
That thing's annoying.
Yeah, it's really good against Wald because it goes under the one normal he has that it makes her day complete shit. So if she has meter, you kind of have to respect it or back up a bit and try to clap it if she tries to do it. So that kind of stuff is really cool for online. Like, I'm not going to be hitting some of the more harder hitting combos with Wald, like the B clap dash B clap, because it's just online. It's obviously, you know, shit's going to be laggy. But as far as understanding concepts and like, oh, you know, if they do this here, I know not to swing with this move. Or, hey, Gordeau has full meter and Vorpal. Better not jump at him.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, dude. Like, seriously, fuck that shit. He's got Vorpal and he's got meter. It's like, okay, yeah, you can't even attack the guy. You go on his wake up. It's like he's knocked down. It's his wake up, and he's still at the advantage. It's like, what the fuck is this?
I'm not going to jump because I'm going to make sure he doesn't do anything, but I should try and, you know, meaty with just the very end of my move, and he assimilated. All right.
Yep.
Now he change shifted, and I'm dead.
He actually doesn't even do, like, he does good damage, but I feel like he doesn't do a lot of damage compared to some of the other heavy hitters in the game. But it's still enough to just be like, fuck, like, you just, you know, you're throwing your hands in the air.
The thing about Gordeau that I feel about is, like, he does damage. That much is you can't deny. Obviously, other characters do way less than him. But the fact that he can get so much damage off of the most random, like, 5A, just, like, whatever hit, he's like, did I touch them once? Yes, 3K. Like, off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, his conversion is ridiculous because of the range he has.
If Gordo worked at a barbershop, he'd just use like the number 2 clippers the entire time, just like he'd just touch you once and all your hair's gone. Like, oh shit!
This is one of the little off the top. You're dead. I mean, I'm not really complaining that much. Although, I mean, like I said before, I'm fucking that regular assimilate being invul. It's stupid as fuck. I don't know why he even has an EX one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That shit is like the dumbest thing ever. Like, did I tell you my story about that? Like, it's Hanzo Gonzo. All right, so I'm playing against Hanzo Gonzo in fucking ranked, and he's rushing at me, and I'm just like, all right, he doesn't know about Carmine's EX grab, right? It's his like only good reversal, and it costs 100 meters, so I do it right. At the same time, he's planning on just doing assimilate on my wake up, which the ball's on this guy, right? And I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna laugh at his face, and we both whiff.
Wow.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is this character?
The thing about Assimilate 2 is that I think it beats like every one of Waldstein's 360s.
Yeah.
Actually, does the regular one have invul, or is it just the EX? Because I know the EX definitely has it.
The regular does, man.
I actually think that a regular just moves his hitbox around.
Maybe. Well, no, it couldn't have been that, because like the EX grab from Carmine is like he steps into it, like he just throws his whole shoulder into that thing. So if he's touching you, you should be getting grabbed by it. Like I was literally inside of Gordo.
Well, maybe it's throw invul, but or maybe the move itself is throw invul, but it's not hit invulnerable. Because I've tried to throw it before with Waldstein, either regular throw or 360, which obviously don't have the best of ranges.
Mm-hmm.
But I've smacked them out of it before.
Well,
I've definitely just like jabbed them in the face for trying it.
Yeah, we got the Hanzo in the chat saying it's throw invul. So.
Well, that's just as bad for me because my only reversal is a throw.
Yo, Hanzo, you gonna win a Cali burst? you got the tech now.
Man, the thing is that like everybody's always like, Hanzo, he's such a troll. Oh wow, he's winning. This game's dead. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, Hanzo was always great day one, and he actually is a good player.
Yeah,
despite what people might believe.
Really well.
Bullshit. Yeah. Whatever, dude.
Nobody remembers fucking Aftershock. I mean, I don't obviously, but I'm sure the Marvel players do.
Hanzo Gonzo beating Clockwork. Like, boy, what a day that was.
Look, I don't know who any of those players are.
You don't know who Clockwork is?
Damn.
Man, that guy just loses to everybody. That doesn't even count.
Oh my god. Take away my boy's shine.
God.
We need to have another Aftershock for UNiEL, and Hanzo Gonzo can be team captain in NorCal.
Yeah, I'd be down.
If this game, and I hope it does, because everybody I've talked to who plays the game really likes it. If this game lasts, actually, I think that would be a really cool game for an Aftershock type event.
Totally.
Yeah.
A NorCal versus SoCal on this, that would be really nice.
I can't be on the team though, because I suck.
Well, I mean, that's always been your lot in life.
So. I just have to say it now, because every time somebody wants to do something like that, they're like, "What's Hell Pockets doing?" And I'm like, "I don't even fucking play this game." He's like, "Hey, do you want to come down to SoCal and commentate Marvel?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
I'm gonna say Marvel.
Pockets is too busy being drunk on the side.
Exactly. If I'm at a Marvel tournament, I'm fucking piss drunk.
No, yeah, but I'm definitely going to be trying to grind this out and then probably stream more. Obviously I'm going to get into that whole lobby business. But rather than just also playing, I'll just probably practice also on my live commentary and like actually understanding what all the characters do at this point. So that'll be something that I'll try.
Yeah.
If I just understand what everyone does, I can accurately convey it to people. No way.
So I don't know about the lobby system. If you're running the lobby, do you get to watch every game that's played, or how does that work?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
the thing is you can watch everything and you can play, but if you hit triangle, there's like a little hand icon, and it'll always put you to the end of the line at that point.
Okay.
So you can actually stay there and pass.
Well, man, you should just run like an I Play Winter lobby or something like that.
That's what I'm saying,
commentary for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to play, and then I'm going to try and commentate and try and learn other characters. So when this game, before it came out, I knew I wanted to play Waldstein. Okay. And I was really looking forward to playing Akatsuki, messing around with Merkava and Carmine. But for some reason, like, I didn't get to play nearly as much Melty, and I could see why people don't want to play Elton that did, just because it's like, I guess, more of the same. They want to try something new. But that character's really interested me just in general. Like, she seems so good, and then it's like, oh, dude, she's like Gears of War mixed with Rolento. And
what?
No, I mean, I'm obviously just like making things up at this point. But I mean, she's really cool. I like the speed of her. I like being able to finish combos with throw, even though you don't do that in this game. It's funny, the whole throwback to things. And I mean, I think she's one of the best characters that very few people play. Like even in Japan, she was played a lot when EXE Late first came out, but it seems like I don't see nearly as many Elton players at the thing anymore.
When Elton first came out as a playable character, like it was back when they hadn't completely balanced the game yet, or to the point where it is now. So she had some really dumb shit. Like there was that freaking that loop where she just kept kicking you in the air.
Yeah,
like you could just loop that over and over again, and it wouldn't prorate at all. People were just like, "Oh my god, it's too good." So once they took that away.
Funny thing about that is that the way that they did the combos, the way that it ended up, because Elton used to have an infinite in one of the older melties, so she could do 4 loops of that slide kick infinite, and then she would do combos from like every other version of melty she was in. So running joke that was like the history of melty combo, because you would just do everything that she's ever done every game.
Should just change it into a super move or some shit, man.
Honestly, I'm playing Walled right now, but if nobody else in SoCal really picks her up, I might play her. Just because, kind of like what Bell was saying, I do prefer to play a character that gives people match experience. Because in a lot of ways, I'm pretty lazy in terms of actually like going really hard on a game. But what I do want to do is, if I'm not sure that I'm going to be serious about a game, I at least want to be useful to the scene. I want to move it forward somehow.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure KFL is going to be playing Xion, so he's pretty good. He's like an execution monster. He's one of those kids who grinds combos, and he's got some questionable decisions, but his hands are good. So.
Well, that's good at least.
You actually met KFL before. It's Carafel Grant. He's showing up to Don's Arcade. He's a Makoto player.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember a face.
Yeah, Grant is amazing to play against, because I honestly wish he would have been around when Third Strike was like really alive, because he and Van showed up to play Third Strike at Dawn's pretty much 2 years too late for anything Third Strike related to be really popping. But the kid's amazing. He's one of the few people that if I get grabbed in the corner with like a Karaxa, I'm just shitting myself. Because everyone else, I'm like, he's gonna drop this, or he doesn't know the 100%, or he doesn't know the Alex 100% that like does the shit tons of damage, but he hits it every time. So I have to like play that matchup perfectly every time, where it's like, oh, did I corner him? All right, time to walk back to mid-screen, and we're back.
I mean, honestly, I was going to play Yuzu, but I took one look at her combos, and I was like, this is way more work than I want to put in. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's freaking threading the needle.
I took another look at how she works, and some of the slightly more damaging stuff seems kind of complex and convoluted, but honestly, her bread and butter seems like it's just like mid/low/ jump, charge C, multi/, and then dash B.
Is that the one where she hits you with that?
We'll see when maybe I understand the game better, if I feel like I will sit down and play her. Obviously, because I mean I played Johnny, so similar character.
She just has Johnny normals, like
just like just figure out like a combo you're comfortable with, and then the rest of the time you're just abusing that teleport slash.
Yeah, the main thing with Yuzu is that if you would really want to play her at high level, you have to do a lot of button management. You have to do the you have to do slash, then you need to button switch during the slashes.
Yeah.
Once keep your stance. So that's like the main thing.
Dude, that shit's hard enough when you're playing Carmine and you're trying to keep like a freaking like pull spike in the ground, so you're holding onto a button and you're like, fuck, I need that button to zone.
But that's the other thing too, is that I'm trying to go into this game and learn the game with one character. Maybe once I've learned the game fully, somebody else is going to appeal to me. That's always possible too.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. That's the key.
Keep on chasing the dream. Speaking of the dream, supposedly I heard Game Center is going to have another tournament for UNiEL.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
This Saturday? Ooh.
Yeah, this Saturday. So I don't know if you'll be available or not, but
I want to go, man. Like I'm tired of just like wrecking people in lobbies. I want to do it in person again. I want to mix it up again.
Speaking of
when do they usually start? Because I know Game Center opens up around like 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but when does the Under Night tournament start? You think?
Under Night will probably start at 4-ish for real.
And when do you think it'll end? Like, do you think it'll be going on for like a couple hours? Obviously.
They usually let stuff rock until like top 8, and then let another game go on or whatever. Finish that, get to top 8, and then come back to that game.
Okay.
So I'm guessing their schedule. They're probably gonna get rid of Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue first, and then do UNiEL.
Oh, you're going to
That's
go
what
on
I'm
less?
guessing. Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm guessing. I mean, it might be UNiEL might be first, but that's usually how it's been lately.
I'm just wondering because I'm actually going to be moving out to the Bay Area and living decently close to Game Center. But the thing is that I'm moving out there because I'm going to have a job, but I work on Saturdays and I have to be at work at 10:30 p.m. at night. So I'm thinking like, I mean, maybe I can still at least go to the day and get a whole bunch of casuals in and not be able to play.
Yeah, you can do that still. Yeah,
and then
definitely
head back. So I'm just trying to think. I'm like, how am I going to manage my time? How am I going to do this? Because I definitely want to be able to play since I'll be close. But just like, man, Saturdays. But yeah, that'd be totally awesome.
I need to get my Saturdays off again. Fuck work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna crack out on the weekends for a little bit, at least for a month or so. Do the whole sleepover. Yeah, I'm gonna play till 2:30 and just kind of die.
And that puts you 2 hours past Nerd Josh. That dude just passes out at midnight every time.
Really?
I'm gonna crush Nerd Josh so bad.
Is he still on East Coast?
Wait a minute, who does he use in this?
He's learning Gordo right now.
Oh, what a dick.
What a
Simple. Got it.
God, it feels so bad playing against Gordo for the first time, like not really knowing the matchup, because it's just like, man, he touched me. This is not cool. I'm dead.
Look,
Show me where the Gordo touched you.
I've played over a decade of Third Strike Ken, being able to confirm off of anything, anywhere, into moderate damages. This is normal territory for me. As long as there's no fucking gravity mines throwing me in another direction while I'm playing a character with a micro dash.
So I'm just gonna put this one out here in case people don't know. So there's probably some people that don't know this one, but go into training mode and just have Gordo do a Mortal Slide. That's the side pull-in move. It's always 2 hits, so just practice shielding the second hit.
Oh, okay. That's the key.
That's the key. Just putting
Also,
that out there for people that don't know about it.
It's possible to air shield that move, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but you kind of don't want to go in the air against Gordo that often.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that do a move into your
Yeah. Approaching with Waldstein against Gordo is like the worst part about that match. But I feel like once I can get on top of him, I'm okay. But
yeah, once you get on top, it's like clap, clap.
Yeah, I'm good.
There's actually an effective range where he can't Mortal Slide or see you, and your clap shockwave will hit him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those like guessing games where you have to scare him into not pressing a button. Because if he swings after you, he can just walk forward and try to tag you. But if he swings first, you just clap the shit out of him. And those add up. Like, eating a couple of claps on the ground, even if they're not being comboed into anything, that's like what? Like 1,500 per clap?
Yeah.
That's like, what, only 10 of those to die?
Yeah.
Not even 10. Not even 10. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like what? The average health is like 9,000, right?
Yeah, it's around. It's about 9,800.
Yeah, so like what? 8 claps and you're more than dead.
And I mean, you got to think about it too. If you land a clap, like if they're not in the air, you're not going to get too much of it. But you can just EX cancel it and just like quarter circle forward and like wall bounce them or something. You can do whatever you want if you can just confirm the clap. That's not too hard. So just got to keep your eyes open. Oh man.
Yes, we just added the life totals for the new characters because we have that data from the game now.
Where can we find a lot of this data at too?
We're actually updating the Mizumi wiki. It's kind of a work in progress, and we kind of held off on it until we got the game because everybody's using the Wikia right now because Sarengo kind of went in and just filled out stuff, but he kind of did a bootleg where he's taking screenshots from match videos, so it looks kind of shitty. And we wanted to do it the right way where we're ripping the in-game sprites and we're getting actual data instead of counting the frames. It's like we're looking straight at the data files with the numbers.
That's nice.
So we already have data. Like I can tell you for a fact that Linnea's dash startup is like 3 frames and like stuff like that. And we have like life totals for Akatsuki, Nanase, and Byakuya. It's 10,000 and 9,500 for those guys. So they're below average.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on UNiEL.Mizumi.net, which is a shortcut for the Mizumi wiki, the UNiEL side.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep adding more stuff, and once we have the sprite riffs and the hitboxes with the green and the red on them, then we're gonna put those up there too.
Nice.
just want to know what the startup for freaking Carmine's dash is. It's got to be like 18 frames.
Actually, I think it was like 5. I have to go look.
Really? 5? It feels like it's longer than that.
Yeah, I don't know where he put that information, but I'll have to go look through the recent changes on the wiki. But he definitely has that information because he put it in a paste bin, and I saw it.
Like, there's definitely it looks like when I first used to see that move, I thought it was like a command move because he just pauses and then he just shoots forward, and I was like,
he has to accelerate, but his run is stupid fast.
Hell yeah, I love it. It's just sometimes I second guess myself when I want to do it because I'm like, man, like, am I even gonna get this off in time because the startup is so slow?
Yeah.
Like, especially against Hilda players, like, oh shit, I got a window, time to go for it. Ugh, when is this dash gonna start up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also wanted to bring up the fact that America's probably gonna breed a lot of Akatsuki players.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of Akatsuki players, man.
Yep, that's all I've been seeing.
Condolences. Those are going to be the guys that'll quit UNiEL.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I think we'll get at least one or two.
Are wanting to hate their lives right now.
Well, there's like definitely like that air of what do they call it, the struggle on Twitter now concerning Akatsuki.
Man,
and I'm all
right, yo, this is a pet peeve for me. If you're playing low tier and complaining, shut the fuck up.
Yep, you made that choice.
You made that choice.
You knew
is right
that character was bad.
Godor is on the other side, just a couple fucking characters over. You're fine. Any direction, you go left or right, he's right there. You can't get lost.
Like, if you want a character with a fireball, there are other characters that have fireballs that are not as bad. Stop complaining.
See, here's the thing with UNiEL too. It's like everybody knew Akatsuki was bad going in because like it was all over the fucking internet. If you paid any attention to UNiEL, you wouldn't know. Oh, Akatsuki's terrible. That guy's low tier. It's like him and Chaos. Everybody fucking knew.
Yeah,
it's like,
everybody knows.
what was your excuse? You knew what you were getting into.
The best part is that like playing against Akatsuki, it's so if you guys don't know yet, Waldstein, any move that uses his claws will just destroy projectiles. And so you know how like when you play against someone that shoots fireballs and you get a good read and you jump over the fireball and you hit him, I don't have to make a good read. If I pushed B, the fireball will just get eaten and it'll continue on and hit him. So like I don't even have to try in that situation. It's like
what is a read? I'm just gonna walk forward and hit you.
Like, yeah, maybe you DP'd me and I lost some health, but I'm just going to keep walking. Like, I'm going to find my option.
Well, it's not like you have a dash. Shit. Thank God.
EX fireball, just clap it. Like, there's like 4 balls on the screen. I don't care. Just get it out of here.
Yeah, I've done that before. Where somebody did like fireball into EX fireball, and I clapped, hit him, and only took 1 fireball from the entire exchange. I was like, "Good shit, bro. You spent a meter on that.
Was it worth it? Tell me if it was worth it."
Something I was going to bring up for people that do play Akatsuki, just by playing a shit ton of them online. Don't spend your meter. Just save it for super. His super's so good, and his EXs seem so lackluster in comparison that when you have meter stocked, I'm actually afraid of Akatsuki because it's like, hey, if I swing at it, he's just gonna fucking take his kata pose and then punch the shit out of me.
And I think like the actual, I don't know what the actual numbers on it are, but it's actually really fast because it freezes you. It does that long ass startup, and then the actual hit is like hella quick.
I think I swung at it with a B because that's like the button you press to shove stuff in people's faces with Waldstein. And I just saw the startup of it. I was like, oh, it's going to pull back in time. And oh, no.
Nope.
He's... I'm on
it
fire
doesn't stop until it hits you, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's probably one of the only people I would suggest, just save meter for super. I think a lot of people are going to play Akatsuki, and if they all quit, that's fine. But I think we'll get 2 because there'll be 2 guys who are like, I can't deal with all this other shit going on in this game. I need something that's more familiar, and Akatsuki's probably the most familiar FG character in the game in terms of gameplay. Yeah. So, and his counter is actually really good. I've definitely been gimmicked by the fucking counter in the corner where I thought I had some dude dead to rights, and he did the counter slide out of the corner, and I'm like, what? He's behind me now. Now I'm in the corner. There's definitely some potential there. But don't play Chaos.
It's a struggle because you can still win.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a struggle.
You still win. It's hard as hell.
You can still win. Like, there's definitely a space where you could just make reads, play effectively, and just abuse whatever minor crappy tools you have. It's possible. But if you're complaining, just go to Gordo. Merkava's right there, dude. Just hit C. It's like half the screen.
Exactly, yeah.
And don't wake up
and just hit him with grabby hand and chew his face.
Just fucking grabby hands. Like, what are some of the characters going to do about it?
Cry about it. That's what they're going to do.
Nobody wants to sell out, though.
The best part about
look, I played Merkava day 1. I didn't sell out. I bought in.
As someone who mostly plays grapplers, like 99% of the time, it's like, my time has come. I'm here. The pace of the game I enjoy.
You wait 10 years to play Merkava.
No, but the best part about playing one of the top 3 characters is just like I'm a Wallstein player. I hate Gordo. I hate Merkava. But the feeling's mutual because Merkava players hate Gordo and Waldstein, while Gordo players also hate Merkava and Waldstein. Like, it's just like, even though like Gordo's the best character, he still doesn't want to deal with these guys. Like, you don't want to deal with things that could potentially still lose to. Like, just the top 3 hate each other.
Yeah, they just hate.
Yeah, and then here comes Elton waltzing in saying, "Fuck all you guys."
Yeah, Elton tries hard and does well, but it's just like, whatever.
But even though there's like a top 3, obviously, but it's also like I feel like there's also room for other characters below them, just kind of sneak in and just like ruin the party, you know?
Oh yeah, Carmine is just.
Like, yeah, Carmine's definitely
I want to play him
peeing
because he's just so oppressive. Like, this guy just puts his foot on your neck, and then you're just like, well, what am I gonna do now?
Gonna let him pee on me. All right.
He's got the.
I want to. Speaking of the I want to see a Carmine get a perfect. Like, I just want to see that. That's the ultimate disrespect in this game. Is that he lost the Carmine, and I just want to see it just like perfect.
This Carmine did no like blood normals, just all regular normals.
Yeah.
The other guy got so mind fucked in one game that I saw that he got hit by 2 EX grabs in a row.
Oh my God.
Back to a perfect.
That would be sick. Did it actually happen?
Yes.
Oh my God!
I used to like grind lord the hell out of UNiEL match videos, so I saw it at someone, and it's so long ago. I don't even remember what it was.
Oh my God! That reminds me. I cannot find that video of that Carmine lockdown where the dude was literally just like, "Fuck, I can't do anything," and like he was push blocking and everything, but it just kept resetting him back into the position where he couldn't do anything. I posted a link to it, but I was like.
That was hilarious.
That shit was just nasty, and I'm like, yeah, sure, Carmine's losing all this life, but this other guy's like got 0 options, and the timer's running out, and he's still losing.
Yeah.
Did you know that Batista can also do that to Hilda?
Really?
Yeah, and Hilda can't do anything about it because her A's are too slow.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, her normals are way too slow.
Yeah, she has a block string where she sets out, she does like 5C, and she sets out a crystal, and then she uses a 5A to detonate it, like right outside the range, and she just kind of microdashes back in, keeps doing it.
Oh yeah, how many long game Batistas have you run into so far where the guy's just like, okay, I knocked him down, time to back up to the other side of the screen and just hang out.
A lot.
That's how you know somebody doesn't know how to play a charge character.
Yeah.
This shit's so funny where I'm just like, why did you do that? You had me. Now I get to walk in and he flash kicked. I'm like, what? You let me walk all the way across the screen just to flash kick me.
Yeah, just to flash.
Fuck it.
I can't wait for us to finally get a real Batista.
I know. I want to play against a real one.
That character does damage.
If Breaker Dave keeps up, he's going to be the real Batista.
Yeah.
Breaker Dave's good.
That inverted charge kick in the air, fuck that dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to block that.
EX flash kick is just like the perfect combo ender. It just seems so good, and the damage it like adds is just ridiculous in any situation. Just all those tiny hits that just all do the amount of damage, but it's still good at the end.
Yeah.
And she can move after it.
What's up?
On what?
She can move after it.
Really?
Yeah. She threw a fireball on the way down.
Oh my God. Yeah, that character was like the first character that I saw that did like 6.5k like in 2.0.
Oh yeah, because like she had a freaking like combo reset, and then her super was like hella good.
That's the only thing I can hope to achieve is just to get a good veil off combo in like a tournament match at some point and just go crazy.
You know, I don't even know if it's possible to do 6.5k combos anymore. I don't think I've seen one recently. The most I've seen is like Carmine doing 5.6, 5.5.
And that was off of like a counter hit, like Blood Spike or something.
Yeah, counter hit Blood Spike with veil off and 200%.
Yeah.
I seen Boogie do like an 8k combo, but it's like super impractical.
Yeah, you have like the way to get the biggest damage is like it has to be the most specific, like once in a blue moon the planets are aligned setup, and then
so basically only Reynolds could get it.
Yeah, pretty much. He'll just look out at some point and be like, well, damn it, and then he'll drop it right at the end.
Damn, only 7.2k. Fuck it.
Fubar Duck's in chat, and he makes a good point. Yeah, Ryan's saying that one of the local Texas players is playing Batista, and the thing I feel about with this game is that the cast is just small enough where you've got so many people going in that you're going to have like all these killers playing every single character. You're going to have a killer Chaos, you're going to have a killer Byakuya, and at the first big major, you're going to see all these guys from different regions. You're not going to know what any of these guys can do, and that's like the best part of going to any tournament. It's like, okay, I don't know who the killers are.
Yeah.
So it's like you come across this guy and it's like, oh yeah, I played Nanase's before, whatever, and suddenly this guy does some shit you've never seen. It's like, what the fuck?
What, you can jump the entirety of the screen?
That's why I'm hoping actually that Steve gets into this game, because he really wants to play Seth, and I don't think many people are going to want to play that character. So
he's kind of hard work, but if you've seen Rion versus the World, he just fucking does work.
That character is oppressive if you know what you're doing. Like,
that dude is something else.
Yeah, because a lot of the characters just can't touch him because you just run circles around him.
Yeah.
Like, if you got full meter, then you've got, like, one chance to hurt him, and then you got to just stay on him after that, because most of the chances are he's in the air, he's flipping around. If you're playing Carmine, just super him, he's going to get hit, and don't let off of him. If you let him up, you're fucking done. Because he's never going to give you that chance again until you get another 200 meter, and you're probably dead by then.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, man.
Haven't seen a lot of hides yet. I figured I'd see a lot more of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised about that as well. I only ran into Grover. That was it.
Hyde, he looks like a typical Shoto character, but he's a little bit of work.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has, like, a fairly simple block string that, while isn't the best, but, like, I think new players can, like, pick it up pretty quickly and kind of just, you know, get a feel for the system by autopiloting it. Because I've definitely run into some hides that are just like, okay, I know his block string from his orbiter, right? And then, like, I'll either do Dark Lotus or something, or I'll do that jumping slash move that he does after orbiter, and then continue from there. So you can definitely kind of just get, like, a feel of the momentum of stuff going on in this game, the rhythm, and then maybe decide if you want to stick with Hyde or go with somebody else. So, you know, if anybody's looking to get into this game, like, people I would recommend for you is, like, Hyde. Nanase is actually kind of good, too, for, like, people who don't really want to play one of those weirder characters.
I think for her to be effective, she's a little different than Hyde, because Hyde has running normals, whereas Nanase has a running mix-up. So his running B is just, or his running C is that, like, cross-up slash, which is really good to get in. But her B and C are a running low for B and a running overhead that have really similar startup. Like, she does a spin with the sword, and then she either slides or does a running overhead.
Right.
It seems kind of hard to differentiate between the two, and combined with the fact that she has that, like, Eno-style air fireball that kind of just, like, sweeps the bottom of the bottom screen.
Yeah.
She can set that up and then just run at you, and you're like, ah, shit.
Yep. And if you jump, she's gonna. It's a horrible DP, but if she's underneath you, you're fucking gonna get hit by it.
Yeah, you're gonna get hit by it. It's completely vertical, but it seems like it might be unfuckwittable if she's right below you.
Yeah, and that setup that you just described, she's always gonna be underneath you if you jump.
I would say she's a little harder than Hyde just because of, to get more mileage out of her, it seems like you really have to take advantage of her mobility options, because she has assault like everybody else, but she also has her command hover,
the force function.
Yeah, her force function, which is in essence just another jump. And when I was saying she can clear the screen, is that she can clear the screen in one jump.
Yeah.
So you can assault, force function, and then charge C, which keeps her in the air a little longer, and you just jumped in at full screen.
Yeah, bait out those anti-airs, man.
Yeah, she's really good at that.
I don't know. I don't think that she is going to be too much of a problem as the game plays out. But I could be totally wrong.
Right now, I would say her biggest crutch or her biggest, like, handicap is her damage is pretty low.
Yeah.
And her combos look kind of like, eh.
The Nanase thread on Dustloop actually has some interesting information where you can use the force function, the float, to bypass the jump cancel limits and also the assault limits.
Huh.
Because you know how assault, you can't cancel your normals and stuff like that. So if you do assault and you buffer it into the float, it kind of bypasses that. And you can also do, like, a combo with a jump cancel, and then you use the force function to do a second jump cancel.
Wait, can you cancel the jump? So you do assault, then you hit, like, say, jump C. Can you cancel that with force function?
That I don't know, but they were talking more like jump 6D immediately into BC.
And okay.
You can do 2 air normals and get the trajectory on the assault.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, You're fucking sick.
That's good. That kind of character, I think a lot of people are not going to know how to play her for a little bit because they're not going to be able to grasp the movement options that she has. So somebody dedicated really has to go in on her and just kind of figure all that stuff out.
Because otherwise, their combos are really simple. Like once you understand the basic idea of like slide, dash through, launch, everything just comes off of that. Because you can just air juggle into B fireball, and then you get a mix up. But as far as maneuvering around and taking advantage of the fact that she's actually really fast, like her backdash is stupid.
Oh yeah, or I haven't seen like anybody play that character.
I'm glad. Fuck that. I don't want anybody to learn Aurier, man. Because I know what's coming. They're gonna knock you down, do EX freaking like sphere, and then you're just like, fuck, I can't see anything. Where's she hitting me?
Shades of Persona, just like, oh man.
Somebody did do that to me.
Pretty grimy.
Yeah. Somebody did that to me once already, or they didn't even EX, they just did like the standard one, and I was like, okay, it's just one hit, but I was like, damn, it's really hanging around for a long time, even after I blocked it. And here he comes with an overhead. Okay, good. I think I blocked it? No? Alright.
Yeah, we got one of the multiplayers playing ODA. LPT, Lord Pang Tong, so...
Okay,
Yeah, he's not quite there yet, but he should be able to get there pretty quickly. He's smart.
Yeah, she doesn't seem that hard to play.
Nah, I don't think...
around with her.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of the UNiEL characters are hard, and the ones that are hard, they definitely reward you for it. Like, Batista rewards you for putting the effort in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of easy characters like Gordo and Lene that just, kind of appeal to people that just want to play casually. But a lot of them, they don't level off that badly, so the better you are, the more you get out of them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is coming from somebody who has played very little of the game, but it does seem like you're right that overall most of the characters are not that complicated, which allows people to focus more on the strategy of matchups and using the system mechanics to their advantage, which is something I really like about the potential for the game, because I've never been a big training mode guy, so I don't want it to be where I have to put this much time in training mode or I'm automatically going to lose.
Right, yeah, that's kind of where anime games were headed for the last couple of years. I mean, you started seeing like training mode warriors come out, and they just knew so much stuff because that's all they did, and they just sat in training mode, and it didn't matter how good your footsies were. But in this game, we're starting to see like a lot of people that if they don't understand the GRD mechanic, they go mid screen and they start backing up in neutrals. They basically neuter themselves with GRD disadvantage.
Right.
Yep.
If their footsies are weak, then you see that right away.
So, and that to me is the one big thing that I love Super Turbo. So footsies for me are awesome. So the fact that this game might reward people who have strong footsies and strong positioning is yes, I love it.
That's exactly why this game is like really nice to me. Like Melty, the last time I played Melty, I played it at Game Center, and I'm 100% undefeated in tournament, by the way, because I totally scrubbed it out with Tono, Full Moon, and I won one match and it got canceled because everybody went to Popeyes. So I'm like,
that's right. That's usually what happens.
They're like, Tony won. Fuck this and some chicken.
But like those games, like it's always really hard for me to execute like a lot of the more fast, rapid kind of stuff because I'm trying to think too much about things. But the pace of this game and like how it's played, because people always say like, oh, anime games or air dashers, like this isn't an air dasher. This is a ground-based game. Yeah. You have chains, you have combos, but they're not like Persona combos where it's just like, yeah, I hit you once, and now if I hit you one more time, you're a goner, or things like that. It's just more like I played smart. I got Oki. I got to mix them up, but they can block, and if they block a lot of my mix-up or all of it, I could be put back into a neutral position or an even negative one. So
yeah,
it's a thinking man's anime game, I guess, and that's unfair.
Yeah, I love it.
It's weird because I've had a lot of people ask me what the game is like, and I sort of find myself grasping at straws to say what it's like.
Yeah,
because I have a couple. Go for it.
To me, it's like, okay, you've got, first and foremost, I say it's like KOF. Because you've got
that's what I said.
KOF. It's like KOF with chains, a little bit of air combos, and you've got a lot of the melty mechanics like rebeat and the shield. It's basically they took little bits and pieces of all these different games and they just used the best parts. Because melty, they had problems with like, just overpowered characters, really strong, hard knockdown set play. And they took all that stuff out because they made blocking really strong. They made block shielding really strong. And they removed all the crazy air options that people didn't like about Melty, but they still kept some of it in there, just not too much.
Yeah.
And they took all the ground game that a lot of the more classic players like, and they just focused the game around that. And they basically made how good your footsies are visible right at the bottom center of the screen. That's what the grind grid is.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely felt like the best way I describe people in the most generic form, which is still obviously not that accurate. I'm like King of Fighters mixed with like Vampire Hunter, like kind of style, where you have magic series and chains and stuff like that. But for the end of the day, it's
I'd
hot
honestly say
space.
that's probably one of the closer things I could say that it's sort of like.
Or like we can go like based on the characters, how day one chat's like this character's like Eddie mixed with blank.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
That was every character that wasn't a female. This like Waldstein, he's like Merkava, or he's like Eddie mixed with like Potemkin. It's like, what are you talking about?
Everyone's Potemkin. I always feel like fuck everyone's Potemkin.
Oh, week one totally.
It doesn't even matter who the fuck it is. Like, oh man, this dude's just like Potemkin. Like fucking Jin day one. Man, this dude is just like Potemkin.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was just funny. Oh man, I hate stream chats in general. Like that should be known. Like I like ours because at least they're filled with like a bunch of not idiots. But like just the stuff people are saying and all the misinformation that I'm just looking at, I get disgusted sometimes. I'm like, I just can't look anymore. Like, come on, guys.
I feel like I'm done here.
Also, Kelly, it's the correct pronunciation is Potemkin.
Oh my lord, are we really going to do this?
Hello.
Less emphasis on the po, and then there's like a temp, like not like a C.
Chumpkin.
Sasky can.
So people are always like, Chumpkin. Hey, that's how he's saying it. It's like, no, you're not listening.
He is a Chumpkin.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, he is an Nexterd.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beside the point. That's not what we're talking about here.
That's another. Actually, I wanted to bring that up because I was all like, "What is there?" Like a lot of people were saying, like this game wasn't going to make it past week 1, week 2, month 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see myself not playing it by the end of the year. I don't see why anybody else wouldn't either, unless they were playing Akatsuki and they just hate themselves or something.
And the thing is, like I was saying, with the characters, like my character's easy to like know the things, like and as everyone mentions, like you understand the basics of your characters. You know what your combos are. You don't have to go for optimal because optimal will generally only net you so much more. It just depends on what you want to have, like your setups. But like the way the game works is that once you understand the fundamental basics of how each character plays and understand the system mechanics, it's pretty easy to pick up in general and just to have a decent time playing the game.
Well, and I think sort of it's a perfect storm for this game releasing so soon after EVO when everybody had a lot of very good feelings about games in general. Like people were talking more about every game they saw. Like, hey, I could see myself playing this game in the future, even though this is not a game I would normally play.
Yeah.
And then, UNiEL came out right after that. So I think a lot more people are giving it a chance than normally would.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that trend continues on from now on because when everybody was in the arcades, you just played whatever.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of segmented off with scenes. But now I think maybe that's changing again. That everybody's like, I don't have to devote my entirety, but I can play this game with other people who want to play this game, and I can help them get better.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised at the reaction this game's getting. Did you know that like CD Junior is playing this game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
And somebody freaking beat the shit out of him today and got him hella pissed off. I forget who.
Him and Rico are grinding this game out.
That's
sick.
Yeah.
People that don't expect, like, I did not expect NRS people to get in on this game. I did not expect Tekken people to get in on this game.
Could this be the game that bridges the gap? Like,
I thought that was supposed to be Exard.
It might still be.
Yeah, that's true.
It might be the continuation. Yeah. No, but like I've been waiting for this game. So like I've said before, when the first Unreal Inbirth, I didn't care about it at all. Like when it first came out, I'm just like, whatever, And then I read the changes that they made for this version of the game, and I'm like, whoa, like what? Like this is what they're doing with it? I was so amped up to play this game. I've been looking forward to it forever. It came out. It didn't disappoint, even with all the stuff that I wanted from it. Like when I played the game, it's like, this is what I wanted. Like what was conveyed to me was correct. I love this. It's that feeling where you just want to know, like, oh, could this game really be the game of my dreams or the thing I've been looking forward to? And then you play it, and it's just like, it was. Like, they did it. They actually made good design choices based on, like certain things. Like, obviously, it's not a perfect game, no. And there's some things to it, but I love it pretty much as a whole. I can accept any shortcomings that the game might have because the general idea of how to play it is just ultimate comfortable for me. Like, I feel like at home playing these games because I love way more footsie-based fighters and things like that. I mean, the only other game I really took too seriously before this is Breaker's Revenge, so, you know, there's that.
Breaker's Revenge never got an update. We're probably going to get a UNiEL update within a year.
I mean, we can only hope.
I think honestly,
they don't want to buff a cake.
Yeah, I don't really want them to update it because you see, like what they're doing with BB is that they constantly update it, and they're kind of like taking the esports or the league model where they just have different seasons and they just bring in the new wave of characters, and every so often they reshuffle the balance, and it's like, dude, you're driving off the players. Like people, fighting game players especially, they like playing their game. They like that game. So when you keep updating it like that, they're really resistant to that model. That's the one thing I've noticed, the difference between like mobile games and RTS and, you know, fighting games. Fighting game players just hate playing new versions. So I'm personally hoping they don't update it that often.
I mean, I don't want them to either, but you know, they're in bed with Arxis now, and Arxis is like, hey man, like you want that money, you want to keep your game fresh.
I would just like to see like 1 or 2 DLC or like time release characters, and just, you know, some like minor bug fixes and stuff like that.
Well, like
honestly, what I really want, I want better Waldstein throw range, like standard and A version, but that's probably asking for too much because that character is amazing anyways. He doesn't need it.
Nobody really like. I'm starting to realize like there wasn't really much, like nothing documented of a change between console and UNiEL Arcade except for the 2 new characters, which is pretty cool because the last time we got that with KOF, there was a total dramatic change.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at the 2 links I just pasted in chat, that kind of brings me to a point that I was going to mention. When we're digging through the data files, basically French Bread has been using the same character encoding format for the past 10 years. So literally the same since MBAC. So we used the Melty frame viewer, and we found some interesting stuff. There's a character data file called MIK, which is the first link, and there's another one called WAG, which is the second one.
Oh boy.
And those are already on the disc.
Uh-oh.
MIK, huh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
MIK, Wagner?
Yeah, we are basically speculating that Mika Returna and Erica Wagner are already on the disc, or they might be incomplete, but they probably plans to put them in there.
Where's Indiku, man?
Oh, man.
You can't tell me he's not in the game. They got fucking portraits of him.
Look.
Yeah, they got hella portraits.
For as much as I love the cast, and I do really like the cast as it is right now. Like Merc makes me happy in ways that I can't actually understand or say that I felt like before. But Erica Wagner, the entire thing is she sets things on fire. That's the other part of fighting games. Shit just catches fire.
Oh man,
she's like the problem child of like the what's it called, Lick the Christ, right? She's like the outcast.
Yeah, she's like the fire starter, if you will.
Yeah,
like they're like we don't talk about Erica anymore, right?
Look at these nerds talking about story.
Hey man, I read the freaking
nerds.
I read the wikis.
When they told me Heihachi Mishima was dead, I might have cried.
Yeah.
She's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, personally, I think Mika looks retarded. She's like lolly Waldstein. It's like, no, we didn't need this. This is a bad idea.
What the freaking arms?
I'm always a big fan of punching things. So, I mean, punching things. Come on, guys.
Well, she could be your new trainer mode dummy.
What if that was just like her only job? She's just a training mode dummy. You can't play her. She's just like there for you to beat up.
Yeah.
Dude, she's got big hands. Like, how can you? She's probably gonna punch things.
No, if you read her profile, her thing is that she's apparently super strong.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she has gigantic gauntlets, because I don't know.
They're not made out of foam.
Actually,
that's
why do I
sure.
bother?
Into her punches, they're just heavy.
Those gauntlets are not made out of foam rubber.
Why do I?
Are you sure those aren't just gigantic Hulk hands?
Oh, that's exactly what. Yeah, they're just squishy.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
Like
at
if she
them.
punches them together, they say Hulk smash.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Damn. Can't wait to commentate that character's match. But no,
I mean, you know, force is mass times acceleration. So add mass.
Well, that's interesting. At least you might get some new characters before. Well, I just think they're going to probably update the arcade because they're going to have to put Byakuya and Ananase in the arcade mode or in the arcade version.
Yeah, they're going to have to backport it to arcade because they've always kind of done that. They did that for Melty where they put Seifuku and whatever the other characters in there. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I don't know if we're going to see much more. I think it depends on how successful the game is. But I do know that from Twitter that they are pretty much sold out. So it did a lot better than they thought they did.
Yeah. No, they really. I don't think French Bread really knew how good their game was, because when it first came out, it was kind of like, okay, they advertised it as the first HD French Bread fighter, so that's cool for Melty Blood players, even though Melty Blood was still being supported by French Bread. And then it came out, and everybody was kind of like, okay, cool. A couple of us followed it, but we had no chance to play it at all. And then frickin' Dengenki Faku came out, and that we thought we were gonna get that before we got this game.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't sure. Like the fact that this game came out, I was so happy. Like when I first heard about it, I was like, oh my god. I honestly thought it was a long shot, and the fact that it's even coming to the States and international release.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like I almost want to ask why, but I don't want to jinx it.
I don't know what magic they pulled to get ArcSys to support this game and bring it over, but somebody did something.
I think just Maury's just a huge fan of the game. Like he's doing interviews about it.
Yeah, and
true.
The feeling I got with French Bread is that I have a feeling that their arcade scene is a little bit stagnant because according to what I hear from people that go to Japanese arcades and just looking at the videos that come out on Nico Nico and on basically from different arcade streams, is that it sounds like their player base is kind of stagnant. Probably because the game is, I don't think it's inaccessible. It's kind of underground because it's French Bread. They've always been kind of underground. So
yeah.
Like when they came out here and they released it and they got the reaction that they did, I think they were all honestly really surprised.
Yeah, totally. I wouldn't be I wouldn't doubt it. And so hopefully now French Bread can start releasing games independently, or hell, why would they even do that? Shit.
They wanted to a long time ago. They just couldn't because of the licensing issues with Type Moon. Because Type Moon wants $1 million for their work.
Yeah.
So you can kind of tell because you look at all the characters and it's like, oh, okay, this is Shiki, this is Ryogi.
Yeah.
This is like Orde has Akia's kicks. It's like the same animation. So stuff like that. They put all these little references to Melty and it's like, oh, it's Melty, guys, but not really.
That's fine, man. Like I'm kind of sad that Aoko's not in it, but that's all right.
Well, you kind of have Aoko. That's except Aoko's a dude now, and his name is Seth.
No. Well, right. Anybody else got anything?
I think that's it.
Which character plays like Eddie?
Eddie.
They all do.
They all do.
Zeta 1.
Right.
They're all Eddie.
Yeah, sure.
Just asking.
Bordeaux is pretty much like Zeta 1 mixed with Eddie.
Cool,
it's pretty crazy.
All right. That was for our boy Hoover Dozer. Now he knows what to play. Play everyone.
I actually would recommend it. Just play everyone because everybody in this game is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, there's a lot there to explore, and once you understand, like I said, the idea, you can just keep doing it, and yeah. And if you feel like you have a bad matchup or whatever, you can just play one of the top 3. Time to pull that out.
Yeah, those stir nuts.
All right. Anybody got anything else final?
Was there any other news that we had to cover?
No, I think we're good.
I just got one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you got?
Grim Reaper!
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, that was...
Ban
Well,
this
we'll
guy.
keep them from the call, thank you.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Go out and give Under Night a shot if you have the means to do so. Hope you guys all enjoy it. I'd like to thank our guests, Payne and Bellreisa, for coming on the show and talking about the game with us this week.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yep, thank you.
And so that about wraps it up. For everybody here at Super Desperation Radio, good night and good luck.